Hi fellow HSPs! This video is about how to be happy as a highly sensitive person. With your high sensitivity and the strong impact that people, environment, situations have on you, you may have been led to believe that being happy and being highly sensitive are mutually exclusive. But I'm here to reassure you that it is not, but that some elements have to be taken in consideration. So hi, I'm Laetitia, I'm an HSP myself and an INFJ, and I run an online therapy, hypnosis and coaching business where I love specializing in helping women introverts and HSPs claim their place and legitimacy in the world. So what's an HSP? It's a highly sensitive person. And an HSP is a term that has been coined by Dr. Elaine Aron when she started her research on high sensitivity in 1991. But before her, Carl Jung had made extensive research about introversion and high sensitivity, which often go hand in hand. So she also inspired herself from his work. As an HSP, you may have been feeling pretty different while you were growing up and even maybe now as an adult. That's normal, because HSPs represent only 20% of the population, so we really are a minority. Being highly sensitive is not just about having big feelings and being more emotional than other people. This is often a preconceived idea that people have around high sensitivity, but it is actually a physiological trait. It is an innate trait, hereditary, that has been scientifically studied. And these studies showed that the brain of an HSP actually works differently than a neurotypical brain. So I'm not going to go into much details here because I'm not a doctor, however, it's really interesting to read about it. But essentially, in an HSP brain, there are some areas that are more activated than in a non-HSP brain. And we also notice some variance among the chemicals in an HSP brain. What I want you to take out of this is that being highly sensitive is a physiological trait. It's not just something psychological, it is physiological. So let's release right now all those misconceptions around HSPs being too sensitive, taking things too personally, being triggered too easily, etc. Yes, we can absolutely be that if we don't work on ourselves and if we don't embrace our personality type. But that's also the case for anyone else who doesn't work on themselves. So this is not actually specific to an HSP. Working on yourself is the key to improving your well-being, your happiness, and to change the way that you respond to people and environments, situations, and the way you behave. So we saw that our brains function differently from non-HSP brains. So does that mean that an HSP's journey towards happiness will be different from a non-HSP's? The answer is yes, but there are some common elements there. However, there are some areas that are going to have to be more emphasized and focused on for an HSP, so keep watching. When I didn't know about high sensitivity and about the different processing of stimuli that HSPs have to go through, I used to judge myself quite harshly. I would think that there was something wrong with me for not having the energy and desire to go out and socialize after a really long day's work, or for feeling happy to actually go home in my safe and quiet place after spending a great day with a friend. I believed that I was not sociable enough and not fun enough, and that there is truly something wrong with me for having different needs and different desires. And of course, believing this did not make me happy. When I learned to know myself better and when I worked on myself at a deep level, I started to have my best interest at heart, which meant working with who I was instead of against it. Now I feel happier than I felt for a very long time, and I can say that many aspects of my life are in line with my personality type and with my needs, because it's all about alignment. So let's dive in. How to be happy as an HSP. I have 5 habits, crucial habits, that I'm going to share with you. The first one is to understand yourself. That is the foundation. Learn about your personality type more, learn about high sensitivity more, and I'm linking up here my introverted and HSP playlist so that you can dive into more content after this video. Make a list of the HSP traits that are the most predominant for you, and get really clear on the benefits of the trait and also of the challenges. Really bring awareness to your needs and to your predominant traits, knowing that there's another 20% of the population who is very similar to you, who has similar needs, who feels things deeply as you do. So you are not alone there, but you need to learn to understand your own specificities and the way that your high sensitivity expresses itself the most. You need to understand it and you need to understand your needs. Second habit, focus on your qualities. I'm going to name a few here. First of all, you are a great empath. You tend to understand people and to perceive emotional nuances without them being necessarily overtly expressed. That's a gift. You also have a great imagination and you're very creative. You like making people feel comfortable and you're very good at it. You have the ability to think deeply about things and therefore to also have very deep conversations. That is another one of your skills. And the list goes on. You have many qualities as an HSP, but they have often been overlooked by society, by the media, by people around you when you were growing up, and by yourself. So now it's really time to embrace those qualities and to make them come up to the surface so that you can fully embrace them and acknowledge them. And I have a video here about the strength of an HSP that I really recommend you dive in. The foundation of happiness is appreciating yourself and feeling good in this body and mind that you are inhabiting. So thinking about yourself in positive ways is crucial to being happy. The third habit is one that is very specific to HSPs. It is to go out, to not isolate yourself too much. As HSPs, we tend to find it safer and more relaxing to be at home in our comfortable environment or to be in a very familiar space, especially if we've been socializing or if we've been feeling overstimulated, over-aroused, and that we really need to recharge our batteries. And that's something that is very important for HSPs, and that will actually be my next habit for you. However, here I want to emphasize the necessity to also go out and take yourself out there. So I personally am someone who really loves the outdoors and I love going outside. Like I tend to want to go outside at least once a day. I don't do it every day, but most days I try to. And I love exploring new environments and I love being out. However, I would choose activities that are in line with my energy levels at the moment. And I would definitely lean more towards quiet activities. Some of my favorite ones are going to a coffee shop, or going to a museum that is perfectly quiet for an HSP, or going to a bookstore, going to the cinema because I love movies, eating out in a nice and quiet place, walking in nature, going hiking or snowshoe hiking because I live close to the mountains. So it's not that you don't like going out as an HSP, but there are many stimuli outside that may drain you and exhaust you, while non-HSPs might find it real fun and positively stimulating. And that's in those times that you may tend to go too much in and to become too much of a hermit. So don't hide at home. Go out, but choose your activities outside mindfully. That will bring balance to your indoor and outdoor life, and it will definitely help you feel happy. The fourth one is to have a safe place. So this is sort of the opposite of what I've just talked about, but this is about having both of those things in balance and see what you need the most in any specific moment. So having a safe place relates to the need of an HSP to have a quiet, safe environment in which they can recharge their batteries. It can be your entire home, or it can be a specific room, or it can even be a little corner in a room. So I have several little corners at home, usually just in front of a window, that are really cozy for me and that bring a soothing and relaxing feeling. In those little corners, I love reading or writing or thinking or just reflecting and processing the day that's been, or maybe deciding my daily intentions, etc. So I'd love for you to have one if you don't yet. A mistake that HSPs often make is to actually push themselves out too much and not listen to their need to recharge. And that can lead to burnout, depression, anxiety, and stress, etc. Listen to your body, listen to your needs, honor them. That is a real key to happiness. And the fifth one is really important. It's about cultivating your hobbies and interests. So this can apply to anyone, but it is especially true for HSPs who have a very rich inner world. It really benefits our happiness levels and our well-being when we integrate this as part of our daily life. So I love learning through courses, YouTube videos, books, working with mentors, researching some areas that I'm interested in. Some of my favorite topics, for example, are personal development, psychology, personality types, but also filmmaking, literature. I love also making some research on quantum physics, for example, although I don't understand everything, but it's like I'm following my drive to learn more and to study. So this is really important for an HSP. If you're interested in a lot of things too, cultivate it, nourish it, make it grow. You are not meant to just work, go home and watch TV. No. You're filling yourself up with things that you actually like when you do this. And remember that an HSP is more sensitive to external and internal stimuli. So it shows how important it is to fill yourself up with stimuli that are actually positive for you. So this is something I really encourage you to integrate in at least your weekly life. By following those 5 habits, you are setting really positive, healthy foundations for you to be happier and to thrive. Foundations that are in line with your needs and in line with your personality type. That's what I call alignment. And if you notice that there are some areas of your life that are not in accordance with your personality type and not in accordance with your needs, I would really urge you to sit down and to reflect on these things and see how things can change there. I stayed in a toxic relationship for 5 years of my life, and as you can imagine, things needed to change urgently there, yet it took me some time. But having awareness about what needs to change and what is not in accordance with you is a really great first step. And if you want to know about what I do and about how I help women introverts and HSPs, have a look at the description box below. I put the link to my website with a lot of details and how we can work together. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.